Good evening to you, and I'm coming back to you basically to make an announcement that maybe some of you have not heard as of yet. A very special announcement for those who are people of faith, people who are members of churches and religious organizations. And I'm going to give you just a second to get on in here, and then I'm going to go forth with the information that I want to bring to you. And I am going to be setting up a news section here in my studios here at the church that we can break in and give you information and news like I've always done. But now I'm able to do it whenever. I don't have to wait until the afternoons. So on today, Governor Bill Lee has overruled Shelby County and by saying that what is that, Dale, that I'm seeing going across the screen? Going across the top up here. Okay. Governor Bill Lee has overruled Shelby County orders and other orders aimed at limiting religious organizations. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee on Tuesday submitted a executive order blocking local governments from regulating places of worship as an effort to stop the spread of COVID-19. His move came shortly after Memphis and Shelby County announced a phased reopening plan that would have limited places of worship to 25% capacity for at least 2 weeks, also requiring adherence to social distancing. Now, churches, synagogues, and mosques in Shelby County, Davidson, and other Tennessee counties can decide for themselves whether to worship in small numbers or return to regular services. And this comes from the governor of the state of Tennessee. Jim Strickland cannot prevent your church on Sunday morning from being at full capacity. Now, it's going to be left up to the pastors as to how many people that they want in church. Now, as pastor of the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, for the past month or so, we have adhered to the Shelby County's rulings. You know, I was probably the first church that was hit by the Shelby County Health Department. Not surprising. That wasn't surprising at all. And I think they were surprised when they came here and found that we were in total adherence, that we had the sanitizers everywhere throughout the congregation. We had the markers. We will be removing the 6 feet markers. The sanitizers will remain in our sanctuary. It had already, and I stated last Sunday across my pulpit that I didn't give a damn what Jim Strickland said, that we were going to go full force on this Sunday. Now, it's still a whosoever will, let him come. But your pastor has no excuse, no reason now to close the doors of the church. I'm really wondering though, what pastors will say we're still going to stay closed. I'm wondering what Jim Strickland is going to say. But I'm watching closely the pastors that I know that are in bed with Jim Strickland. who openly supported his campaign. I'm going to see if they're going to follow the rules of the master. One thing that I think, and I don't think that this pandemic was as pandemicish, is that a word? Did I just make one? Pandemicist as we all thought. I know that it is real. I know that there are people supposedly that died from this particular disease, coronavirus. But here recently, everybody that has been dying has been labeled with the pandemic virus. I noticed something this morning that the report came out about all these police officers that are quarantined. Let me give you the real scoop on that. Okay. Those officers that you see that are quarantined do not have the coronavirus. Let me give that to you again. All of those officers that you see that have been quarantined have not been diagnosed with the coronavirus. What I'm told from police officers who want you to know exactly what is going on, if one person in the office had the coronavirus, they sent everybody home. But you get the idea and the concept from the way it's coming out on the media that it's so widespread that every officer, all of those officers have the coronavirus. They do not have the coronavirus. Again, if one officer was diagnosed with it, then all y'all got to go home. All y'all got to go into quarantine. Let me look at something I just received. If they are labeled COVID, insurance can't pay. Your president said it was a terrorist act and can't be covered unless it's already included in your insurance. Okay? If the COVID virus is not a part of your existing insurance policy, and I pretty much doubt if it is, your president has said it was a terrorist act and that it will not and cannot be covered unless it's already included in your insurance policy. But again, I came on for the specific purpose of telling you that Sunday morning, if your church is closed and you've been missing church, I plan on preaching on Sunday morning. I've been preaching strong for the last, I preach strong every Sunday, but especially here the last few Sundays. Come on Sunday morning, my message is going to be entitled, When You Are at the End of Your Rope. That's going to be my message on Sunday morning. Nigel Wooden, okay. He done contacted Jim Strickland. Okay. Ooh. Come on, son, get a grip. Get a grip on yourself and on your mind. Quit playing crazy. But I just wanted you to know exactly what is going on in our community. Jim Strickland cannot tell you as of now that you can't worship on Sunday morning. He couldn't do that, no way. But the Shelby County Health Department and the mayor cannot tell you you can only have X number of people or 25%. I know that many of these smaller churches who are not self-sufficient, many of you pastors have been struggling and suffering financially during this particular ordeal. Many of you may recover and many of you may not. But as a man of faith, I never closed the doors of this particular church. And I would never do that no matter what is going on. Uh, I ain't got the coronas. Dale ain't got the coronas. Nobody that has been here on a Sunday morning have been diagnosed with the coronavirus, and we've been having church every Sunday morning. So I invite you this Sunday morning to come and be with us right here at our new location at 10 o'clock at 1008 East McLemore, Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries. If your pastor is scared to open up the doors of the church, then you come on over here. It's going to be some preaching, and I'm going to be doing some singing on Sunday morning. You ain't got to do without no more. Just come on over here on this Sunday morning. Someone is saying, if an officer is tested positive, that unit and the individuals that came in contact with them could be quarantined. What is you saying? Yeah. And that's what I'm hearing. But the illusion had been that all of those officers were diagnosed. And I've heard that. I'm sorry. I take it seriously, but I don't take it as seriously as many are saying. On Sunday morning, as for me in this house, it will be open. It'll be open to anyone and everyone that wants to come and worship. I see no reason. See, y'all doing everything else and you're going everywhere else that you want to go. So why not come to church? You're doing everything and going everywhere that you want to go. Why are you keeping the house of the Lord closed? What is your pastor fearful of? And again, to those pastors who are in bed with Jim Strickland, well, it's a tough titty, but somebody got to suck on it. I want to see if you pastors will still keep your doors closed this Sunday because the mayor says this is what we need to do. The governor of the state of Tennessee has signed an executive order that is overthrowing anything that the mayor of Shelby County or the mayor of the city of Memphis says. But it's up to you. But Sunday morning, my message at 10 o'clock, right here at 1008 East McLemore, when you've come to the end of your rope. Okay, don't forget to join me this evening at 7 o'clock for the Thaddeus Matthews Show. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be for grown folk only. As we are building this new network, Cussing Pastor, we'll be doing these news breaks. I'm planning on even having a news desk up there where we look like the white peoples when we come on with the blinking lights, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Oh, I ain't playing with this deal. So you need to go ahead on and subscribe. Ebony Jordan, I've been up and down, but my kidney is working fine. I still watch. I work on Sundays now. You mean, Ebony, you don't get no Sundays off? Does Ebony still consider herself a member? Because I hadn't heard from Ebony in this year. Praise the Lord. In no kind of way. Visiting or offering. What you laughing at, Dale? Amen. But I'm looking for you all on Sunday morning. At 10 o'clock. All right. Let me get back to doing what I was doing and preparing for the show tonight when we'll be talking about what's your sexual hang-ups and why. Until 7, I'm out of here.